Hey there team, and welcome to Thranduil's Halls for a nice little 3v5. It's been quite a while since my last Third Age Reforged video. It's just been, unfortunately, shenanigans with work and so on getting in the way and stopping me from being able to record these. So we'll hopefully get a few cracked out over the next few days and get them stored up so that we won't have another break for a while. Nowaki has this one in here with the Realm of Mirkwood. Nice to have them defending their home here. Elves of the Elven King, Wardens of Amon-like, Greenwood Rangers there. Some nice armoured up Huri Peng, some Woodland Realm Patrol and Woodland Protectors, alongside some armoured up Elven King Palace Guard. The Ents, of course, Hiri Lang, some Hirioth, some armoured up Hirioth, and then some Hiriek, which, yeah, just about as beefy as you could hope for. Oh, goodness me, we're still too fast. Also, some sort of issue with my Medieval 2. Steam goofed up in some way. So I'm gonna record a few episodes today and then just do a full uninstall and reinstall of all my mods and all my stuff, just because it's just goofed itself. In short, it's just goofed itself. So Farkin here, playing as Erebor. Nice to have the Dwarves of Erebor helping out Mirkwood, both from a narrative perspective and also an actual gameplay perspective. They're damn good side by side. They do make up for each other's sort of weaknesses, and they're both the more numerous factions of their usually very sparsely populated races. We've got the Erebor Legionnaires there, and a few of these other units. Yeah, not like a lot of elites, but not just nothing but elites as we sometimes get from Erebor. But all of those Erebor Legionnaires are going to be very tough for an attacker to rinse their way through. Why is my scroll speed so fast? That's the thing I'm wondering about. But anyway, and then lastly, Diego is over here. He is got Dorwinion, again another faction that makes some narrative sense to have around here. The Elven Infantry, Elven Vanguard there. Oh, sorry, yeah, Vineguard, not Vanguard. Merquindi Pikes. A lot of Morroquindi there. Yeah, lots and lots of bows and Glade Masters, of course. We did see some Kelduin River Patrol, some of the only humans. I guess the Elvelyn, of course, there's a fair few of them too, but yeah, very much an Elven defense here. Some Nandor Glade Guard as well. So yeah, as long as he keeps those more fragile units out of the line of fire from these attackers, we should see some damn good work from them. Let's zoom on over here to this far side first. This very far side. To see the initial attacker, Dog Eater there as Mordor. He's got his Temple Guard. Something else hidden there. I suspect maybe the Nazgul. Yes. Then Uruk Captains. So yeah, few elites, but not too deep into them. Orc Fodder. Lots and lots of Moron infantry. I like to see that. Some Orc Maulers. No armor upgrade for them. Minas Morgul Chosen. And some Blackguard. Then the Olakai with some Orc Javelins to their right flank. And then the far right, we have these Troll Catapults. Zooming on over, his first ally is Leon. I've never seen him before. So he's got his Variag Warriors, Nurad Footmen, and Nurad Footmen. Some more Nurad Footmen, brother to the Spear. Some Halberdiers, Spearmen, Infantry. Wow, I'm keen for this army. A lot of archers there, but that's not a bad thing, especially because Mordor's not taking any. So yeah, and the Nomadic Infantry are, you know, hybrid forces. Variag Bowmen, they've got shields too. Yeah, okay, cool. And then the Storm Guard can't go wrong. Again, if they don't get shot up, they should be able to rinse just about, well, most of these units in melee. And then we have Sauce over here. He's got his Variag Mercenaries up front. Again, a perfect little skirmish archer. Some Scion Rim there. Eastron Warriors, keep them nice and safe, please. I do love to see them actually do some good work. And they've got the skill to go toe-to-toe with some elves for sure. Baltroth Tribesmen. Flag Rim for that Dwarven Armor. Gab Rim again, Dwarven Armor. Good to bash that on down. Camels Chosen, Flag Rim, and the Eastron Crossbows with one level of armor upgrade. Not giving them the nice golden boy aesthetic, but still pretty good. Another Khand, which I don't think is a bad idea at all. We've got these Nurad Footmen out front. There's some Nomadic Axemen, a really heavy, just armor piercing. Yeah, lots and lots of halberds. Maybe too deep into the armor piercing, we'll see. Variag Bows, Nomadic Infantry. Some marauders, nice to see. And yes, in the back, Brother of the Sword, Axe, and Spear. And shadows over there. Yeah, double shadows. Just about all the Brotherhood or Malleus can grab. Lastly, we have Grizzly Fox all the way back here. That does look nice. It's a nice sort of golden horde there. I'll grab this as a sort of little sunlight image just in case I get distracted and I don't manage to grab anything else. Who doesn't love just a big wall of gold in front of them? He really has gone all out with that. So yeah, clansmen, double armored up, it seems. Balchoth tribesmen there. I really do think that Balchoth tribesmen look nice around all of the gold units. I think it's just sort of this brown and white aesthetic that they have. Sort of sits quite nicely alongside the runic men. So yeah, as I say, I did redo the large dress aware, but I'm seeing a few little chips and chops there. I hope everything is going to be okay with this battle. See, I'll record it. Fingers crossed it'll be okay, and then I'll probably record one more battle, and then I'll do my full reinstall of Medieval 2 just to get everything wiped out and reorganized. I say right now, I fear I'm pretty sure I have 2 Medieval 2s on my laptop currently, and it's just they're not sure exactly what they're doing with each other. And I'm not exactly sure what they're doing either. So the boys pushing up. There's often a grace on Thranduil's halls, but I don't think the boys truly need it. What I'm going to just do is remove the grass. And unfortunately drop down to medium vegetation. As much as I do adore the trees, we'll just drop that down just to make sure we see everything, and also just make sure I get through this okay and nice and safe. But with Thranduil's halls, I sometimes don't really like a grace. I like to just kind of get right on into it, and if the attackers want to rush on forward in a disorganized manner to take advantage of the fact that we're a bit disorganized on the defense, you know, that's their choice, and they should be rewarded for that, or punished if we are actually a lot more ready for action than they think. What it looks like, no, good. I like that. Farkan. What I would hope is that Farkan kind of spreads himself out, so he's everywhere. So we've got a few dwarves all over the map. Ironfoot Spear's stretching forward a bit. We have seen it work out for the defenders before, where they've actually had this outer fight going on, and it's allowed them to get some really good shots on the attacking forces and force the attackers to send in more than just their general fodder. That's always the thing with it. But I think that Farkan is just moving here. I don't think he's attempting to hold this position. I think he's just moving from place to place. Risky, but I mean, for an Ironfoot Spear, yeah, you're not sending a cavalry unit, and I don't think we've got any cav on the attackers. Risky. We've got Sindar on the defense. With 2 cons as well, I would have grabbed a unit of melee cav. I would have wanted, with 5 attackers, I would have wanted one of us to say, right, yeah, I'm gonna take 2 units of melee cav, maybe even just 1. Doesn't have to be something really nice like the Windblades, just has to be Nurad retainers, nothing that's going to be able to really match the Sindar, just something that's going to catch and hold on to the Sindar if they do decide. And yeah, there's the risk of the Hammer Guard from Farkan, or sort of Farkan. I always say Farkan for some reason. So no, I would have definitely gone for a unit of melee cav. So there will be a lot of shuffling around. Feel free, in the description there'll be 2 links, one to the end of the deployment, but then one to the actual start of the fighting. So feel free to check down there if my rambling is not doing it for you. I totally understand. I'm going to take a quick gulp of my coffee there. As I often say, I don't drink coffee very often, but I definitely do need it today. So, we've got Variac Mercs moving up. No shooting? Nope. No shooting back and forth just yet. Stakes? I don't know. Fair enough, I guess, just getting ready for a sally. Some people just seem to instinctively put down stakes. I really do encourage you, just think, really, really ponder before you put down a stake. Is there any way this is going to come back to bite me? But, again, They saw that they've got no cavalry on their side, so stuff it. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. The whole map could be stakes. It only benefits them. Dylan's moving up, holding his position. Yeah, there'd be no point in trying to charge this down with your Sindar. You get shot up as you try to run in and run away. Definitely, you'd be want to use the Sindar inside once they've actually pushed through the choke points. Okay, Farkin seems to have secured the left side, leaving... Oh, Diego? What are you up to? Looks like he's just sending over a handful of troops to the left. Nawaki is primarily securing the center, and Diego's on the right. That's, you know, that's not... Well, Farkin he does seem to be spread about the center and the left. Let's see, I'm just wanting to spread that Dwarven power. But when you do have these 3 choke points and you've got 3 defending players, there is the temptation and the sensible decision a lot of the time to just divide it up and each take a choke point, just so you can maximize your focus on one area. You know, you're not going to miss anything. Whereas if you spread out too much, if Farkin's fighting, you know, left, right, and center at the same time, he's going to make a mistake. No matter how good you are, you're going to screw something up if the attackers are stressing you out. Scion Rim from Grizzly coming in right away. I like that a lot. I'd love to see them spread out, though. Because this is a tempting target, I feel. You know, even shooting them in the front. I think he does have them in spread formation. Yeah, good. Spread out, I wouldn't really... I mean, I probably wouldn't go for it myself anyway. Unless I could guarantee that I wasn't getting a shield shot. But, yeah, good. Spreading them out. Nice. But it's good to see Grizzly coming out with that solid unit right off the bat. They no longer provide a morale buffer. They used to back in the day. It wasn't a grand morale buffer, but it was something, which definitely helped out Rhun. We have some firepower going out into these advancing tribesmen. Yeah, that's nice and juicy. Very little shield value from them, and you know, next to no armor. So yeah, dropping a few of those guys down is certainly not a bad idea. But oh right, it would have been the Hiri Peng from Nawaki that rattled a shot into them as they were moving on up. Nice quick bit of damage, but yeah, it's always tough to know like how much fire are you wanting to actually commit to an enemy javelin unit. I quite like the look of the mini-map there. I don't know, this really tight bundle of attacking forces there. It does look pretty sweet. Is there anything... Oh, what about... Maybe I can make something with that work. Marauders coming on up. You got all the boys in the background there. We'll see. I know it's just a slow movement up. There's only so many troops you can actually gather up in this area. I think we'll probably have this be the start of the battle. There was... Yeah, so this is where the link will take you to. There has been a bit of shooting before that, but it's not been anything overly important. Some of these tribesmen are actually getting knocked over. That must be the Elders' fire. Oh, axe throwers? Maybe, yeah. I suppose it's just a nice hefty axe coming slamming on into those tribesmen. Yeah, they'll be dying real easy to that fire. Getting shot in the back too. Grizzly is not going to be... He won't be crying about this. But if they end up routing before they actually use up their ammunition with poison arrows, that's a very big possibility. They're still steady though. 77. Getting their javelins spent right on the front of these Ironfoot spears, but if Grizzly can sacrifice this unit in its entirety, but soak up a lot of ammunition, so fingers crossed these guys don't rout for the attackers, then it could be worth it. You know, it might not feel like it's worth it because they're really barely killing anybody, but if he's just lost one unit of tribesmen and used up, at this point, quite a lot of defenders' ammunition. The axe throwers, the poison arrows, the standard arrows. Variag mercenaries coming up. Yeah, these are the guys that you want to use to be soaking up damage. Some Narim fire. Oh no, not Narim fire. That's just fire arrows coming from the nomadic infantry. Opening up into these Elvelyn infantry. Yeah, again, Diego's not going to be too upset about taking fire to those guys, especially not from the front. Nurad footmen going toe-to-toe with them, that's something that I feel is going to go in favour of the Nurad footmen in an extended fight, just because they have that AP. But maybe that downhill fighting ability is going to be helping out the Elven infantry. Excited to see 20 bows coming around. Who's winning this confrontation right off the bat? Grab another screenshot there. That does look nice, doesn't it? Really sort of cool Lamellar plate there. Or Lamellar mail. What would you... Or do you just call Lamellar... Is Lamellar just Lamellar? Maybe. Could be. No, so that is actually going really quite nicely in favour of the Elven. That nice elven training is giving these men what they need. And a fair bit of fire there, and this is the issue, you know, when you are getting one of those hits, which most of it does seem to be hitting the nice purple boys of Dorwinion, but occasionally they're also hitting the purple boys of Murad, and they're hitting them right in the back, whereas they're hitting the enemy in the front. So, something to keep in mind. Eastern Warriors, nice and close, and they've not taken any fire. I would be really tempted to shoot these guys, but maybe I overvalue them. It's very possible that I just overvalue them. Boys not pushed in the center, that's common. You very rarely see the center getting pushed until the later stages of a Thranduil's Hall attack. Why that happens, I couldn't really... Well, it's a bit scary. You know, you just feel like you're pushing through the air and you're just getting dissolved as soon as you actually push on in, whereas the sides, you've got a bit more freedom. So these tribesmen obviously sort of bolted there, but as I say, they used up a good bit of their enemy's ammo. Grizzly getting really nice and close with the second unit. Maybe that's a bit too close. The temptation to just touch them in melee and just try and wipe out a few of these guys must be very, very high. Eastron Clansman coming out forward. Is Grizzly about to make contact? Just to sort of ensure his jabs are actually able to safely get the job done. I like it, but they're going to be pretty alone, those Clansmen. And, okay. Barkin continuing to sort of just spread out. Clansmen are going to have some difficulty. Oh! Sindar! Hello! Is somebody around to shoot these Sindar, please? We need some deer getting shot at. Tribesmen. Give them a volley while they run away, maybe? 23. No, they've done it. Oh, no. They got away. That was nice, Nowaki. Well done. You're not going to let that happen again, though, as the Scion Rim have emerged to ward off any more mounted units. Orc fodder just waiting there. Some fire coming up and over. Looks like it's just something left on fire. Well, gotta be watchful for that, especially as a defender. As an attacker, it's a damn shame to just waste ammunition, but as a defender, you really will cry about it. They're all coming in there nicely. Nurad footmen and halberds there. The poor men of Dorwinion just lacking an ability to deal with the halberds. They were handling the Nurad footmen quite nicely, but yeah, those halberds are just a bit too much for them. What we need some either long-range elven archers coming into the back of these guys, or maybe they're just out of that range. Merkundi pikes coming in to answer to it, though. That'll definitely provide what we need, outranging those Nurad halberds and doing what needs to be done. Yeah, another quick gulp of coffee coming up in a second. Let me just find something nice to look at. Oh, well, that's a nice surprise. We are coming in down the centre there. Orc fodder leading the way, backed up by the flag rim, or gamp rim even. But they are both facing up against the finest men, or the finest dwarves of Erebor. Currently losing very badly. Farkin, I think what he needs... Oh, that's why. That's why they're losing badly. Yeah, we need something in there that's going to kill those Nazgul boys. And there's not a lot. Okay, no, there's more around than I thought, but I'd maybe shunt the Glade Guard in there, just so that you've got the the high damage AP strikes from the Glade Guard to at least hurt the Nazgul a bit, because this is good. This is really nice for the attackers. Even if they don't manage to break through here, they're getting a good efficient kill against these Erebor Legionnaires. Ranger fire, though, is going to make it very messy, especially coming in from the right side. Those Gamprim are not going to have their shield value, which a halberd with a shield is something that that Rhun is, well, yeah, it's definitely very nice for them to have. Over here again, the poor Erebor Legionnaire struggling up against the Golden Boy attackers. Oh, that might have just been a momentary situation, though. They do seem to have things back under control, at least partially. Lots of javelins hurtling on into the dwarves, but responded by a lot of axes. These poor nomadic marauders will be falling away in no time at all to that. These legionnaires are actually showing their back to the enemy there. So, who is it with these nomadic marauders? Yeah, I'm sure Odor Malleus would have just been overjoyed to catch sight of that. That's really, really nice for him. And they've charged on in there to try to engage some of them. But yeah, these poor guys, they've used up their javelins at this point. They're there to die. But hopefully they'll not run away just right now. Let's zoom on in the minimap. We can maybe find out a few extra things from it. Ah! That's a lot of burnage. And that looks like it's a lot of Dorwinion burnage primarily. Must have come from the catapult from across the way. Yep, troll catapult, dog eaters, troll catapult there, and he might come in again. You firing again? Oh, he's even got the Temple Guard waiting there too. But looks like the Merquindi bows don't like the Temple Guard just sitting around, so they have sent some fire their way, which I think is a damn good choice. Merquindi bow is not the highest damage archer, of course, really nice for that poison arrow, but they are an elven archer, nice and accurate, and when you've got a shot on something like the Temple Guard, yeah, you definitely take it. And I don't know if the dog eater spotted this, because I would have maybe spread my boys out if that was the case, if I was wanting to have an exchange like this, but still, I don't think it's a good exchange for the dog eater. I think he'll definitely be coming out of that a bit upset. Yeah, Diego sending even more archers over here. If he can just really rinse that that unit down, it could be lovely. So those Temple Guard are just in a pretty nasty state, because we want to use them as sword masters later on. Hiriek there. The Mirkwood forces may not have a phalanx of their own. Trying to speak over the yelling of these elves. Of course, my audio level's a little bit more jumbled up today. I'll try and see how this sounds and alter them as well. But the Hiriek with an armor upgrade, they can hold out just as well as most phalanxes. They're not going to really have the same killing power as a lot of phalanxes, but they'll hold their ground for a good long time there. A nice sort of woodland wall, so to say. Here, paying out of ammunition. They're going to be coming on down now. Crossbows have been saving their ammo. Nomadic infantry there. Fire ammunition coming over. Not a lot of it hitting the... well, a lot of it missing there. But it looks like the Greenwood Rangers are their target. Certainly is a nice target. Much more fragile than the dwarves around them. Certainly something we need to rattle into. Ironfoot crossbows there, battering these Variag boys and girls down. What boys? I don't think Khan doesn't have any female units. I don't think any of these. No, not any of these evil men here today. Only really Harad. Yeah, I really love that. Just sort of the back of their... I don't even know what we call that. The little piece of material that sort of stretches down at the back of their helmet. Looks really cool. Yeah, I remember being a kid and I was utterly blown away by the look of the Easterlings in the movies. They were just the coolest things. I didn't care who they were. I didn't care that they were bad guys. I was like, they're the coolest guys in the world. I love them. They were just, yeah, such an awesome design. And then when I first played Third Age back in the day, and I was like, what? Easterlings? They're a thing? Great. You know, they were, yeah, so nice. Nomadic Raiders opening up, probably bouncing off the defenses. Yeah, most of it bouncing off the defenses, but as I say, with attacking archers, you're often just not really trying to get kills. You're more trying to tempt the enemy to shoot you, but not too bad. Lon holding back, biding his time, but a lot of these guys are pretty exhausted. We don't want to hurl them back on in just yet, but it looks like we might be about to. And saying that, Dorwinion's line there is pretty fragile as well. Those Merquindi bows not out of ammunition, but certainly capable of a fight if they have to, and some Elven infantry ready to rush on in to engage as well if they need to. Children River Patrol, once they're out of ammunition too, they'll be good little fodder. I don't think he's too upset that the River Patrol are getting shot at right now. I'm sure he'd prefer the River Patrol to take those losses rather than some of his actual mainline infantry, because as a defender, you're going to get that ammunition used up. Like, there's no two ways about it. You're going to use up that ammo. So why not lose a few of those units if it's going to help you save some of your other men? More non-infantry stuck on in there, backing up the Nazgul again, but still receiving that fire from the right side by that second unit of Greenwood Rangers that Nawaki's brought. I think it's a damn good idea to take two of them. Especially that we don't have the Blacklock Engineers from Erebor. So I think for sure you're better off taking two, as your buddy Dorwinion can't bring any. Fire ammunition coming up and over here. Any of these shots that do actually hit they're just going to come into a heavily armored axe guard. I'd maybe spread them out considering you've got the space there, but not much of a worry. Highborn's pretty close to the fight, and General there too, just probably providing his morale buff. Nice and close to the front line. These axe throwers still just yeeting away. Nice thing about the attackers in this section, at least you've got hits coming into your left side for the most part, so your shields are helping you out. And that heavy armor is going to take up a lot of the damage from the axes, not being armor piercing, of course. Only javelins can punch through the armor. Punch through nice armor in Reforged. Still hurts. Either way. It's a very high damage attack, those axes, so they have their own form of armor piercing. Their form of armor piercing is simply, I'm going to do enough damage that I bust your armor open anyway. And Halberds running on forward here. Yeah, that's going to be messy for these Flagran, especially if they get sorted out, which they've sorted out quite nicely. Right now they're still exposed to fire though. We haven't got anything Eastern crossbow fire maybe coming on into the front of them, but it doesn't look like we're getting it. Doesn't look like we're... Oh, don't rush on in there, my man. Yeah, okay, good. He's sorting it now. Looks like they were maybe pursuing some routing forces for a sec. Lord O'Malley sending some Nurad footmen. Things are pretty crazy, and we've still got... I think there'll definitely be a period of calm later on in this fight, because everybody's taking a lot of losses right now. I adore the Dog Eaters' like early use of the Nazgul, but they must be tiring themselves out now, and up against this sturdy pipeline mixed in with the Hiriek, it's that's about as sturdy and defensive a phalanx as you'll find. And the Rangers constantly rinsing through their chaff. It's not a fun place to be a Nazgul right now. They are going to go down, and I felt that they were really going to need to send in like an elite unit to counter the Nazgul. They restrained themselves from doing that, and instead just sort of sent in some decent mainline forces, and I think it's worked out quite nicely. Another nasty rout from Leon as he bolts away, wants to keep his archers safe as Diego charges on down. Diego's really been getting punished by that catapult, which is not fun. Especially being sort of a human and elf, he does need to bulk up a bit more when he goes into these defensive stances. Maybe he's sallied down a little bit too far. Now the problem is if he turned around to try and run back up that hill, he's going to get shot all the way back. So I think he's probably just going to say that these guys charging down the hill are a lost cause. Let's just try and do our best with them. Body piercing fire there. No, a lot of people just got knocked over. Could have been body piercing? Don't quite know where the body piercing fire came from. It might have just been a lot of fire hitting at once. So yeah, I think Diego is just... He knows that his poor Avelin guys are the sacrifice here. This is a surprise. I'm surprised to see more troops coming on down this way. Orc Javies hopefully going to be able to find their mark with a Merquindi pike. That's definitely where I'd be wanting to yeet my javelin if I was a lowly orc boy. Yeah, Merquindi bows up the top, but is that it? No, there's still some... Yeah, there's still a handful of stuff, but this is definitely where the defenders have been a bit more fragile. Okay, there's a lot of Mirkwood bows. Holy smokes! It's funny. I'm not seeing a single like Elvelyn bow. He's gone like, yeah, he's only really seems to have gone for Mirkwood bows, and he's not gone for the human archers there. But yeah, I mean, on defense, I find Elvelyn archers, they're more useful on the attack because, you know, usually as an attacker you want a heavily armored archer or a shielded archer, and the Elvelyn archers or Elvelyn marksmen are definitely that. Whereas on defense, you're more looking for a very high damage, more fragile archer. So I guess he's decided to throw away the Elvelyn marksman just to try and get some more of those Mirkwood and more actual mainline infantry to hold the line. The Enter is going to be buckling shortly though, even with these Glade Guard that are around in the Mirkwood pikes. Really, Dog Eater is pouring himself on that, and there's a lot more reinforcements ready to come on forward through the centre. Woodland Protectors are ready to go. Elders of the Elven King as well. This is where the General is for Nawaki though, and he's not going to want to send them on into melee. Lots of Wood Elves though. Oh yeah, Greenwood Watchers. You've got to keep in mind as well that when the Greenwood Watchers pop up from being hidden, that provides this morale shock. You know, it's not fun to see a hidden unit pop up right in front of you or behind you, Lord forbid. So that does provide a little morale buffer. So if he times that right, you know, as the enemy is maybe wavering, and then those Greenwood Watchers pop up, and then they throw a little knife strike, that could get a good rout. You know, it's great when you can sort of nail stuff like that. I do dream of the day with the good old, the Halidin? Yeah, I think they're the Halidin from Silmarillion. They've got a lot of these the hidden units left and right, like most of their army can hide. I do want to just sort of stack up those you know, morale shocks as a bunch of my units pop up and see if I can really get an enemy force just to rout straight away. Body piercing fire just tearing through these poor Silent Ren. Goodness sake. The Olokai there, going barreling on forward, still at still at 10 of them. Halberds there are going to be hurting them, but Phalanx as a whole never really do too well against trolls, even if they do have the armor piercing. Yeah, trolls just barreling on through, and that. Oh, yeah, that position's about to falter. We do have some reinforcements though that will be sent on in, and the Sindar coming in for a quick charge. Yeah, it looks like they dealt some decent damage to some of the Olokai. Didn't drop any of them, but got themselves kind of close to a few of those Scion Rems, so that'll be pretty nasty for the poor deer riders there. I was seeing Rise of Mordor, the Total War Attila mod. I've not actually played any of it myself. I have watched a fair bit of Scout playing it, and occasionally a Pixie or I shouldn't remember his name. Yeah, Jackie Finish video of it, but recently they've just gotten some trolls in their roster, and they look pretty scary. Yeah, they've really done a good job with it. It is a nice little mod. Of course, Medieval 2 is very close to my heart. I love the mechanics of it. I love the playstyle of it. So it's going to be a long time before I, you know, move to another game. But I'll definitely test it out at some point. Good break there. Flag rim burning up. And we have the friendly catapult opening up for the defenders. This is nice, yeah, because we're not too worried. If we get a friendly fire hit, it's not going to be overly devastating. These men are lost. Oh, that's unfortunately a rout there. But we can get another good hit, maybe. Just shred that flag rim, get them running off. The River Patrol doing their very best, getting shot at there, unfortunately. But yeah, flag rim, going to be a bit too much for them. Even though they don't rely on their armor, they're just too fragile. Getting shot to pieces by archer fire is not fun either. I think it's time to fall back, boys. I think, what are we at here? Oh, really? 39 for 44. So I don't think it was the case in this battle, but what I tend to roll with when it comes to Thranduil's Halls, I prefer not to set rules on things if you don't have to, but there is the 50% rule that I think works quite well for Thranduil's Halls. And you're not meant to fall back Or you're not meant to have more than 50% of your army inside the final fallback point. So it's not so much they're not allowed to fall back right now, but they're just needing to make sure that they don't make it back with more than 50% of the boys. And in order to, because that single choke point can be devastating if you have a bit too much to hold onto it. Highborns of Erebor there from Farkin. It looks like they might be in it for the long run. Oh, no. Are they going to try and make it out? It looks like it. I think they are going to be making their way out of that battlefield shortly now. More catapult fire. Yeah, that's definitely bloody for poor Sauce and Lawn. Just general scrapping going on here with Diego as it's slowly losing control. But it's just helping out with the catapult. Sauce doing the right thing here, claiming this high ground with his archers so he can fire on here and everywhere. Goodness sake, more catapult fire. But this is kind of, you know, the defenders can use this. They've got their Sindar. They can make this hard for the attackers. Looks like a little bit of a sally led by the Ents there, and the Ents are currently fighting. Oh, alongside the Merquendi bows. And even some dwarves. I like that. We've got a unit from every defending faction here today. Flag rep. Okay, yeah. I was just thinking, who's hurting the Ents? What's? Oh wow! Careful, bloomin' hell, catapult. No, please don't. Oh! Damn it! That was 2 Ents that went down there. You bloodied Ents, sure. I'll accept bloodied Ents, but that's a shame. That's a damn shame. No, please. Dude, I don't know. I don't know if it's quite worth it. Those Ents are having a good little scrap. I mean, I guess it's the morale shock damage. We might have been able to get a good route there. But I'd be upset about that. I'm sure he is. Yeah, pulling out there, just a bit more damage to the attacking forces as well. But yeah, good little movement. Get some of those Ents out there alive if you can. Announcer doesn't like our chances, but no, announcer's always silly. Looks like we're falling back now. I like that. Definitely isn't the time to bolt. The defenders are a bit ahead, but they're not. They're certainly not massively ahead. I don't think Farkin's got any belief that he's going to get that catapult out of there, so he's just going a bit wild with it, just letting it fire away willy-nilly. Diego's sending his Merquendi bows forward. God, they do look gorgeous. I do love like the glaive focus that their elves have. It really does look nice. Oh, a bloodied up Flagrim captain just gets knocked out by a few of these elves and sliced through. Yeah, it looks like they are just holding the final stand here in this outer level. Unfortunately, the Brother of the Axe have gotten into the catapult, but we've used up most of its ammo. I don't think they definitely had a good few shots left though. So good little catch there, and I don't think he's getting freed up. Certainly not. You want to be coming on forward now as the attackers. Definitely want to claim this ground, but you've got to be watching out for the Sindar. Let's see what they're catching. But with that high ground there, they can, you know, do some good damage to the Sindar. Here, there, and everywhere. More on infantry there. 70 before contact. A bit of a messy attack there. Taken down to 61. A few of those casualties probably by the Glade Guard, but okay, cool. We'll take it, run away, and try and come in for a better charge in a second. Glade Guard just getting thrown around by the High Mass Black Guard of Barad-dûr. Alongside Keldon River, who are fighting to the death. That's unfortunate for them, but they'll do what they can. They'll take the occasional hit for the sake of the Glade Guard. Merquendi Pikes, yeah, Diego is going down swinging over here on the right flank, but he's about to be totally surrounded there by the Variag Warriors. Those nice low-cost sword masters there. Do we need to be... Okay, no. I was thinking the Sindar would come right back on in through that way, but no, it looks like he's coming in through here, but the Gamprim have appeared. And yeah, Dog Eater's going to get on... No, sorry, that's not Dog Eater, that's Grizzly Fox. He's going to get on that. Deal a quick bit of damage to the Sindar. Still, though, quick little nibble there, not too bad. But so far, it seems that they've been quite nicely countered. 1 Ent remaining. I'd probably get him out, but no, I think... Okay, fair enough. He's just going to go down swinging amongst the Gamprim, who seem to be ignoring him. So he could... I mean, he's killed 2 guys there. If he holds them in place while they take fire, Very brave end. We can all definitely approve of that for sure. Yeah, I really did like Diego's last little defense here, and to be honest, it went okay. He did inflict some good casualties over in this area. What we had? 54 for 56. Yeah, pretty messy. It's very rare that when you start to fall back, the defenders don't, you know, suffer quite a few casualties quite quickly. But yeah, we've got 2 Flagrim hanging out here. Good to see that they've not bolted off the field. They've held firm. Looks like these guys are just routing. They've not just been pulled back. Yeah, I'm hearing routing noises, even if I'm not. Yeah, that's some more dwarves trying to find their way out. But hey, where's that coming from? Somebody's been left on fire at will. Eastern crossbows, I think, got left on. Yep, they are. Eastern crossbows were left on fire at will, and those routing guys managed to use up a volley. So, thumbs up for that. Good on them. 10 crossbowmen there. Jeebers. A lot of firepower back and forth throughout this fight. Merquendi Stalkers that I didn't really see, they're running off now, unfortunately. Getting broken. Some more Merquendi Stalkers, though. Nice and hidden in the trees. So they'll skirmish away for a bit with their arrows. Get a few little charges in. But yeah, it's a bit of a menace as you're moving on up. You're constantly just going to have to watch out for firepower. Especially if the Sindar are still around somewhere. But I don't know if they are. What's this little... There is the one Ent. He's just trying to pretend to be a tree. Goodness, that's actually... Oh. Oh, Camel's Chosen, though. Yeah, that's going to be a bit too much for him. If you can get 1 kill, I'll be really impressed with you. Because you're very bloodied, and the Camel's Chosen are quite good. They don't have AP, but they're just good sword and board. Yeah, it was a bit tit much for him. He did knock down a few of these guys, dealt a bit of damage, bloodied some of them up, but no. Come on. Maybe a bit over the top. Maybe a bit too much celebrating for this, boys. You know, your Camel's Chosen. You're meant to be able to do that. But yeah, over here, few of the last lead got fighting. Locked morale, so they are quite a nice unit to just have out in the end, like that. 58 for 58 though. That's us neck and neck at this point. One Olakai, it's the Olakai captain, moved in there to the Hammer Guard. Looks like the Hammer Guard made it through, but it's just... This is the general, isn't it? Oh, shoot. Oh, Diego. Oh, goodness sake, he would have been worried. His general and the captain just got... Oh, I see, it's the water. Ah, that's what... I think that's what I'm goofed up with. The water's on, like, really high quality. Maybe that's what's... causing me the fear. So right, I'll try and I'll alter that for the next one. But luckily Diego got his general back. So don't worry, that bridge can be silly sometimes. That's why you do want to try and maybe route a little earlier than you absolutely need to. Just to make sure you actually get inside. Oh, you lucky man. We can think that it was him just making sure all of his boys got back in safe, but... Because, I mean, yeah, most of his army's gone at this point, so losing his general wouldn't be devastating, but it would certainly be upsetting. And it would be a nice catch for that Olakai from Dog-Ear, who, again, Dog-Ear is largely wiped out. He's got a few bits and bobs, but most of his stuff is out of there. Let's see. No, I think this is all generally routing forces. I'm trying to see if we can find the Sindar. Sindar are over here. Are they hiding? They're idle, but they're not hiding. Why aren't they hidden? Can the Sindar hide? Maybe they can't. But yeah, well, they're really far away, so the boys will be forgetting about them a little bit. But at the same time, by the time they actually get into the fight, they'll be pretty tired. Well, again, you know, and it'll just take them a wee while to get over here. Looks like the Merquendi Stalkers, though, trying to do what they can. Oh no, they took... Well, that's not the end of the world. But they took their bows out just before they were about to start make contact there. Saul's trying to sort of pursue them. Again, without cavalry, it's tricky. This is why I would always... When you do have 5 attackers, I think... You know, and 2 of you are factions with access to really quite nice, cheap melee cavalry.
It is coming for us!
It is a good idea just to grab a unit or 2. You know, just two Nurad retainers or retinue. I think it's retainers. I think they're retainers. Nice cheap melee cav just to lock down the enemy when you push through to this section. But yeah, understand why not though. It does, and you definitely, if you're going to do it, I definitely think it's something you should say, you should announce it, like, hey, by the way, I'm going to take X, Y, Z. Because Dog Eater might have decided to take a unit of Melkor's Chosen, and that would have definitely been more than enough. If we ended up with a unit of little Nurad retainers there, it would have been overkill. But yeah, on maps like Dale, I always like to have it my own unit. Because you can just have the defenders sally out all on you, and by the time your allies' melee cavalry gets over to you, you're wiped out. So no, you've got to be watching out for yourself mainly, and as much as you're watching out for your team. So having this catapult here, what are we doing? We can actually shoot right through that gate. But the boys are running away. I think they were lined up right next to it. No, you can't shoot through the wall. Both of those shots, like, I think they just collided, like, right there. You can blast right through the gate, but not through the wall. Oh well, no, nice little catch there. Can't have too much ammo left, but yeah. We'll go back to 2 times speed. Feel free as well. You know, I always like to say this, you know, watch my videos however you want to watch them. If you just want to skip on through, that's what I do with a lot of content. You know, if I'm not enjoying a moment, just press that right arrow key a few times, see what's going on 10 minutes, well, you know, 20 seconds down the way. And, you know, I also tend to watch a lot of content at 2 times speed. I think my voice sounds a lot better when I speed it up times 2. It gets through it a lot faster. So yeah, no, I would definitely recommend that. Do some experimentation. Grizzly's leading the way with this Dragon's Wrath crossbows. They can look after themselves in melee, but of course he's wanting to try and get a nice body-piercing shot, which I don't think he's going to get right now. I think it's maybe a little bit too early for the Dragon's Wrath crossbows, which is a bit of a shame because they're just going to take all this. Oh wow! He got a few little quick snippets out. Anybody else? No. Oh god, imagine if they broke. They were shaking for a second. But yeah, so they've just taken a lot of damage there, and they've not really responded to it. So that's a good little win for the defenders. Definitely understand what Grizzly was aiming for there, but I just think maybe a little bit too early for that at this time. You gotta maybe see if we can get a little area there, a little base out front, and then get them on in and do some lob shots or something like that. But the Sound Realm coming on forward. What do we have in terms of ammunition for the defenders? Because that's really what's going to count here. Woodland Realm Protectors are over there. Here, paying out of ammo. More Woodland Protectors. So we've got a fair few jabs. We've got these Greenwood Rangers, but they've been, you know, used throughout the fight, so it's not a full unit of Rangers by any stretch. Coming on over here. No, all these guys are out of ammo. Merquindi bows. Good stuff, but just make sure we don't get too much friendly fire, because that morale debuff will work against us as well. Woodland Realm Patrol back there. Wardens of Amon line, good. Very high damage arrow from them. Not armor piercing, but very high damage. Okay, no, we're Watchers as well. I've not seen them throw their little throwing daggers yet. Okay, we do have some good ammo. We've got some good ammo left. But they might... Right now they seem to really be relying more on just the Dwarven melee prowess to hold this line. Whereas usually... Oh, good stuff. I love that. Just when a charge works out. Usually what you see is, instead of really clogging them up at the gate, they try to block them up like there and sort of more of a crescent, so that they have the little mosh pit of death that you can just shoot into with all of your arrows, your javelins, and so on. what they've got here, they can't really do that. Not safely, not without risking a few allied stunty death. Allied stunty deaths. So, okay, no, they're pulling back there on the right. But at the same time, they might just be saying, you know, Farkin's got troops that in melee can kind of go toe-to-toe with everything that they've got, so why not just rely on him to do his worth out in the front first, then we'll use ammunition on whatever's left. It's a very sacrificial thing for poor old Farkin, but all the defenders today have shown that they very much do have a willingness to sacrifice when there is the need for it. Goodness sake, we've got Uruk captains coming in here. Camels chosen. There's a lot of power here. Sons of Durin are coming in to respond to it, and there are the Dragon Slayers in melee there. Highborns coming in is a nice thing to have. Poor little Nurhan footman there just getting smashed open by a Son of Durin. Yeah, Camels chosen coming around. These Hiri Peng could battle into the side there. Okay. What have we got? So everybody else is just chilling out. Glade Guard coming on over. What's this resulting in? Defenders are pulling it back a bit now. But now that these elites are properly in melee, both are seeming to have defeat is certain. Even the Uruk captains with their armor-piercing strikes. Yeah, even the Uruk captains. Bring the Shadows, very small unit, lovely to see right now. But they're not able to find a mark with their jabs. When I say it's nice to have that small unit, because you can just squish them in. A lot of places that a large unit just couldn't go. Yeah, it seems like they're just trying to get in nice and close and get their little jabs point blank. Oh, no. I think they were going to go point blank to an Axe Guard, but no, that's a much better target. The lighter armored Hiri Peng. If you can get some javelin, well, little throwing dagger shots into them. Return of the Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to find our mark. Camel's Shadow Guard coming on in there with armor piercings of these. Yeah, I would probably just call that still a halberd type weapon, but of course not using it in a phalanx style, using it in a more just aggressive, free style as they swing it around with the Gamp Rim behind them being a little bit more orderly. I don't want to say disciplined. There's not really too many people more disciplined than the Shadow Guard, but more orderly than the Shadow Guard. I would describe that. Looks like the elves are coming on forward. That nice golden bolt was a Dragon's Wrath crossbowman. He's got the coffee. Yeah. Okay. Right. So he's getting these little pops off. But okay, killed off an elder. You want another elder? I mean, hell, if every one of those shots is killing an elder, we can be pretty pleased with that, right? But of course, what we want is a better arc than that. Goodness, you're seeing all of these blood pops. That's just overhead damage being done. Yeah. Oh, diff. Nice. Really accurate elven arrow fire. You can't really pull that off, especially definitely not with an orc, but even most men, you can't pull off that overarching fire. Wardens of the North, they can do it all right. You know, you don't want to do it, but yeah, you can get that accurate like overhead shot. But you really do just want to be relying on your elves to get that done, because no friendly fire going on there. Right into the Dragon's Wrath crossbows. Javelin fire coming over there very nicely. Sons of Durin holding the line very well. Yeah, this is going nicely for now, but the boys are using up ammunition, and you know they use it. Oh, okay, that's one general down. That's part of the Dragon's Wrath crossbows there, so that must be Grizzly's general. What does Grizzly have left? Not too much. It seems to be Sauce is the main survivor when it comes to the runic forces, and I'm afraid I've not been paying attention out here. I'm sorry. We've probably missed a lot of Cav action. Let me just see. Sindar is still at 12. Sindar is still at 12. Do we have anything up here? Yep, we got 5 stalkers. And is that another unit of 5 stalkers? Dang it. Show me where you are, Diego. No, it's just the same unit that I was picking up twice. Oh, no, over there. We have 11 stalkers there. So that's a nuisance. That's a real pain in the ass. As they're trying to push on in, they've got to worry about what's behind them. it's just dealing with your micro a little bit, and it's a bit of a pain. But once again, I know I'm totally broken record here. You know, just showing it's nice to have a unit of cheap melee cav. Don't go for something too expensive, of course, unless, like the Melkor's chosen, you can make that work. You can definitely make that work if you're willing to put the attention into it and put the micro into it. But you know, just a nice cheap Neurad Retainer or a nice cheap Warg. If you've got somebody like, if you've got Isengard or the Gobos or the or Angmar, just having them take out a basic Warg Rider, can't ask for much better than that. They'll just they'll watch your backs, and if the enemy don't have any cavalry, oh well, YOLO. You've not lost anything major, you know, lost a little bit of cash, but nothing too much. That's why I do love to use stuff like Coldfell Maidens, because then if the enemy doesn't have any cavalry, I've still got a javelin. I can still ride the girls up and just yeet some jabs over the top melee troops, right into the face of the enemy. And hey boys, the boys are here, trying to just sort of use the catapults as battering rams, probably out of ammunition or just not really able to fight a good shot. That's the most effective I've seen that getting. That is definitely some of the most effective pushing I've seen done with a catapult for a long time. Very well done there. I don't like doing that, and I usually don't think it works out, but I think I think it went okay. And to be honest, that's a big shield. He's given his boys a shield, because of course you can't shoot through these gaps. Think of this model as a singular block, a singular wall. That's gonna soak up damage. Very nice. Good stuff, Mordor. The Orky boys really just helping out the Easterlings in this case, just guiding them forward. Good stuff. Poor troll catapult crew, not really as well built as most trolls. Well, probably yeah, just about as well built, but not quite as combat capable. They're gonna try, gonna probably rack up a kill or two for sure, especially if they get some one-on-one combats going on. But it's tough to get a one-on-one fight as a troll. Nobody really wants to give you a one-on-one fight. More boys coming on through. Minas Morgul chosen there. The Temple Guard injured by an earlier skirmish exchange with Dorwinion. They won't be as effective in these melees as they would have previously been, but still very skilled sword masters, so they should be able to handle things like this 1v1. Please don't lose. Yeah, he could end up losing. It is an elf, he's fine. Forces coming in. Glade Masters, that's definitely got the ability to deal with the Temple Guard, no doubt. But we are running low on ammunition. Elders holding fire. Quindy bows rattling on in. Wardens, they've not fired yet. Running around patrol, a few bits and bobs of shots. Are you guys just out? No, they're holding, Quindy bows too. Rattling on in shots. See, I think a lot of it is just going to come down to how much damage is the Sindar really doing out there. I'll try and keep an eye on it, but I will no doubt miss a fair bit of what ends up getting done with that unit of horsemen. Where are they? Are they? Yeah, no, they're still just waiting. They're still just waiting there. The boys can't really come out and chase it. They've just got to keep the Scion around the back and just keep people watching out for it. Eastern crossbows, this is a problem because like the attackers still have quite a bit of ammunition. Yeah, like the likes of these Variag bows and so on, they've still got a lot of shoots that they need to be doing. Stormguard actually pulled back, though, interesting. And they're just not going to get an option, or not going to get a chance to really do that, I fear. As they slice on through, unless they really can make a good breach in this area, get a good bit of space, but I don't know if that's, well, the defenders are certainly going to try their very best not to let that happen. That's Dog Eater down. He's still got his Temple Guard in there. They'll do what they can, and the catapult, the troll catapult crew, I actually don't know. They seem happy enough right now. Troll catapults might be locked morale. Troll drummers, I know, are not. Temple Guard, they're wavering at 19. Kind of shaking there. Minas Morgul chosen running. Damn. That was about 65 guys they had when they started routing. That hurts. That's definitely a damn shame. But we do have more golden boys coming in to replace them. These Variag warriors not receiving that armor upgrade, so they don't have that really cool sort of Japanese aesthetic on them. But they're still pretty fit and ready for action, and they should be more than capable of dealing with those woodland protectors as long as they get. Oh, yeah, they're not going to deal with those woodland protectors, I'm afraid. Not after that volley. But yeah, they'll try. More troops coming on in though. Greenwood Rangers. This is a beautiful thing to see as an attacker. When the enemy's Rangers actually run out of ammunition and come on forward. These Greenwood Rangers cannot be far off. Surely. We've been firing away for some time now. Unarmored. Upgraded. The Hiriov there. Still, you know, armored. You know, they've got some armor. And I do love the aesthetic that they've got there. The armor upgrade does look great too, of course. Okay, coming on forward there. Another big rout. That's the Temple Guard out of there, and a few Balkoth tribesmen. Not so much a big rout, but another rout. Having those troops bolt off to the back lines. Brother of the Spear coming on forward. Yeah, Brother of the Sword coming up. I think that was probably Dog Eater admitting defeat there. He'd entirely run off the field though, so very fair enough. Sauce has still got his boys. Still got those Storm Guard, as I say. If they get some 1v1s, they'll be loving it. But right now there's still a lot of ammunition that would wear them down if they moved on through in there, even if they do have that shield. Another Dragon's Wrath crossbowman, nice and fresh too. Oh, Ordo Malleus is sending in his Storm Guard, and then yeah, so Luon's got his Storm Guard too. It's going to be down to these elites for the attackers. And seeing if they can really get some good exchanges with the defenders' elites. All those dwarves are pretty much dead. Still, I don't want to call it. I definitely don't. As you know, the defenders really just do not have that much more to shoot with. Stormguard coming on up. Yeah, they'll slice their way through here, but the problem is they'll slice their way through here and then they'll open themselves up to fire. Unless these Huri-Lag manage to block the route. Stormguard should have loved that exchange. Yeah, firepower coming from over there from the Woodland River Patrol. Oh, Wardens of Amon Lang. Yeah, super. Very, very nice to see. There's actually still... What the heck? What are you doing? Oh, it wasn't Dog Eater that admitted defeat. Oh, I think it was the dwarves. Ah, interesting. It was the dwarves that actually decided to do that. I'm very impressed to see that catapult crew is actually still alive, fighting that Axe God of Erebor. So that guy's got AP. Did you take him down? Wait, oh no, it didn't take him down. Come on, turn around. Yep. Not that the troll catapult crew really has that much in the way of armor. One. Oh wait, no, he didn't admit defeat either. Who admitted defeat? Must have maybe been the other Rhun. Yeah, I suppose it was. But that's finally the troll captain crew beaten down. This Axe Guard is still alive. Dropped a flag rim. Good man. I do love watching these just individual units sometimes. Just, you know, you can see just how many kills like one of these guys is racking up. The Storm Guard will have me though, surely. No way. But it's still all of those shots. You know, you're hearing that like connecting to wood. All of that striking these catapults. That's a lot of missed shots just going right into that catapult for the defenders. No, that's the catapult. That's the fellow down there. But Glade Master's coming on in. The Storm Guard will be sorted there. That's a big break there from Sauce. For the Spear arrive now. Yeah, they'll continue to grind away. I think we need the elites. These Storm Guard are fighting. I know we're gonna get shot at, and that's not fun for your elites, but it's that or the elites are just kind of losing these exchanges, and maybe maybe it is better off to just take the risk. I love the Greenwood Vultures, I really do. I do wish I could use assassins a bit better than I do. But no, I'm just not great with assassin units. So they're fun to use, but yeah, in a siege I can definitely pull off some decent stuff with them. But I'd love to try and get more use out of them in field battles. Firepower coming out into these stalkers who are getting a quick little charge. They're gonna make it. 100 before contact. Probably don't expect too much. 99. Good charge. Right? Little bish bash that's going on there, but yeah, those stalkers will be down. He'll have ordered that charge and then focus his attention elsewhere, no doubt. Bird of the Axe standing by too. Not too many dwarves for them to bite on into. I really like the captain of the Norad Stormguard. I just really like his model. I think he's a really cool looking dude. Let's say I've said it before a lot. You know, I love what we've done with like Khan's design. It's gorgeous. Dragon's Breath Guildsmen waiting, pulling out their little knives. Hopefully they don't waste a knife on a single stalker or something like that outside. Smithy's Hirioth pushed out through the gate. Announcer still doesn't like our chances as the defenders, which is interesting indeed. Greenwood Rangers charging on up into melee. Wardens of Amon Lank in there now too. Out of ammunition, they've only got 5 shots. They don't have much. As I say, very high damage shots, but only 5 of them. But yeah, so they're in contact now. More than enough to break through the sturdy armor of the Loke units. Yeah, over here, Glade Master's still having a decent time. Here, Lang still having a pretty fun time engaging as well. As the grind continues, what are we? Hammer Guards still biding their time. I don't think there are any more dwarves. Let me just have a quick search about. You never see this area of Thranduil's Halls. Like I love it, but I don't know when you'd use it. Yeah, it's just with Thranduil's Halls, what you need to do is you go all out for that first defense. It would take a very explosive attack to really break you through. Oh, Farkin's still got his general. He's still got his general and 2 bodyguards there, the banner carrier and one of his nobles by his sides. Good stuff. And they're making their way on into the fight once more. Very good to see. I do like that moment when you're done and you're kind of just, you've got to just trust in your allies, but you've got something. You can still have an effect in the battle, but it's a very minor effect. So I like that he is not willing to just be a footnote here in the end of this battle. He's gonna go for it, try his very best right until the end. Still that very accurate Elven Fire coming up and over. Some Camels Chosen biting an arrow or 2. Crossing through. Ooh. Some Variag Bows running in. Some Minas Morgul Chosen there from Dog Eater. Sindar got a quick little charge in there. That was good. Oh, wow. That was a nice catch there, and a very risky one because Stormguard, of course, have an anti-cavalry bonus, but he's going to try it again, which I think, why not? Because you're about to, you know, the effectiveness of these Sindar is about to go away. Oh, no, they got a bit confused. They definitely got a bit confused, but that was gorgeous. Very, very nice little charge there, Nowaki. Boys are gathered up there a bit. I'd say to Sauce, right, you know, I'm heading in, but like, I'd start to make my way across that bridge just with everything there. Oh, another general down. It was next to the dwarves. I'd like to think that the dwarves killed him. I'm gonna go for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go for definitely Farkin hidden in there and smashed out a general kill with his last few boys. It would have been Sauce's general, I think, part of his Camels Chosen, I believe. That was the Elven King coming on around. Looked like they were just trying to find a shot into the side of these forces. Quite a messy confrontation, to be sure. Yeah, lots of... Oh! Very nice! Okay, that's sort of what we're looking for. We're getting some shots sort of just through that doorway into Nawaki's elders. Can we do that again? Or no, it's not through that doorway. They are inside. Okay, quick little lob shots. Jump. All of those shots, body piercing and armor piercing. And just very high damage as well. Yep, dropping people left and right, bloodying up that banner carrier too. And I don't think Nawaki's really noticed. So Sauce will be quite happy about that. I heard some burning, I thought. That might have been my imagination. Oh! Apple down. Oh wow! That was the throwing axe, or throwing daggers that took that. I didn't think throwing daggers could destroy catapults. It had enough of the ammunition just being soaked up by the catapult that's gone down. Trying to sort of shoot into the crossbows by the looks of things. Nomadic infantry there. Stormguard looks like they were chasing away the Sindar. I think the Sindar are dead. Yep, Sindar have been dealt with. Required the Stormguard sort of chase them on back a little bit. I guess they probably ran away a little. Nawaki felt, they're not going to come at me. So they caught him. Oh! You guys defying gravity in order to try and rout from the field here. I've never seen some guy walk on the air over there. But yeah, most folkies look like they're making their final approach now. Still is messy. Woodland Run Patrol coming on forward. A little firepower from the defenders. Still some shots coming at them. This. Woodland Realm Patrol coming on forward, out of ammo. Hammer Guard waiting there, a few little bit bloodied, but the vast majority of them still very, very healthy, I believe. Still very healthy, very ready for action. A few laser beam strikes, that's the, again, the crossbows. Start firing right on through these Palace Guard. Yep, cannot ask for a better shot than that. And Blade Masters there to take up that fire. I think the main hope for the attackers now is just that the defenders' elites are tired, bruised up, wounded, damaged by some crossbows here and there, and the likes of their Storm Guard, their one remaining Storm Guard unit, can come on forward and slowly deal with them in an organised fashion. But that's a break there. Looks like it's a break from Sauce. Oh no, not Sauce yet. Might have been, I think it was Dog Eater. The last of his Minas Morgul's chosen. Those crossbows haven't been shut down yet. Oh, good stuff. It was the Hiri Lang and some of the Palace Guard that bit the bullet there. I think they might get another one. I don't think the boys have noticed it. Really could just sort of grab a unit here and just push on it a little bit. This Baltroth tribesman still hanging around happily. Oh, again, a few more of them dropped. Not the most devastating strikes that we've ever seen, of course, but still pretty good work. Pretty damn good work. Stormguard arriving now. 54 of them. Definitely one of the biggest elite units remaining at this stage. Barring maybe... No, definitely the biggest sort of elite unit on the field, but just a bit too much for them to deal with, I'd say. A few of those crossbows now engaged in melee. They pull out the big old swords and they will slash through a few of these elves alongside the Stormguard. Anything else outside? Oh, these crossbows, yeah. And again, it's just the problem on situation. Oh, Guildsmen too, try and find their mark. And nomadic infantry. It's a problem with a lot of just attacking situations, especially on the likes of Randwill's Halls. If you don't, your ammunition, you need to use it up in that first stage. Yes, if you do manage to break through nice and early, or if the defenders are a bit silly with their positioning, you can use your ammunition in the second stage. But we just saw here that the attackers still had a little bit too much. But that's a very normal thing to have happen, and not just in Thranduil's Halls. It happens in a lot of maps. But yeah, because a lot of that money was on the Dragon's Wrath crossbows. That's could have been spent elsewhere, because they didn't really, even with those shots there, I just don't think they really paid for themselves. In melee there, these guys might, to be honest, they might manage to fully pay for themselves, but probably not entirely. Still, very enjoyable fight. Good cab play. throughout the end. I know I missed a good bit of it, of course. Just kind of shows, you know, it's nice to have a defending or an attacking unit of cavalry, just to grab enemy cavalry units and scare it away. You know, grab those charges, stop them from really rattling into your men and your allies' men. But yeah, no, went very well. I think there was a moment where this could have changed. I didn't call it out at the time, and I think it was just, you know, maybe I've not seen the name. It's not sticking out to me. He certainly played really quite well, so I don't think Rhun is a new player, but you know, he definitely does know what he's doing. But it was his brother the shield, or brother the spear. I felt that there was a good opportunity where they could have come in, shield wall, and tried to break. You know, when we came in with the catapults and busted open there, we could have tried to coordinate a bit more. So the catapults are pushing the catapults are pushing, you know, down this side. The brother of the spear could try and bust open this area, you know, and just try and push through there and, you know, open up this avenue. Because if you're fighting your asses off there, and then you manage to block up this area, you've got here to line up your archers and shoot left and right. It's I love that. That's pretty. It's this little you know, root that seems to be growing through there. But anyway, so that's one thing that I think could have been slightly different. But as I say, it's just the having a bit too much ammunition in this late stage. Maybe a bit too much ammunition overall, I think. As Rhun, it's always so tempting to go pretty heavy into your crossbows, and you've got decent archers too. Khand had quite good archers, but I think maybe the boys should have been like, right, we can't all take as much as we normally would for a siege, because we're all Rhun and Khand. So had we lost maybe two of the crossbows, maybe two of the Variag archers or something like that, and change them out for general infantry of some form or another, then, and hey, you know, a cavalry unit, we might have seen something different. But it was still pretty damn close. Actually, I view anything over 80% as a pretty decent fight. And I think by the end of this, I wouldn't be surprised if we get to. Oh, right, nice, good stuff. Yeah, keep on fighting. Oh wow. There's some, what is Hammerguard? Managed to break his way outside. Oh no, he's down, get up. No, he's taking a good few slashes, but if he's able to get himself back into the fight mode, he should be able to rattle off a few more kills. And one of his buddies, this is Hammerguard. Yep, Hammerguard there too, helping him out. Dear me. Yeah, this will get back up. This will get into the 10% difference, which is good. Definitely a nice little fight. The boys retreated and oh wow, that's brutal. That's a good little lob shot. The boys retreated at the right time. I definitely think that was a good choice to bolt out when they did. Certainly very smart. Oh, I don't think the boys are out of ammunition, but they've just been switched out to melee there, and they'll try their best to fight it out till the end. But yeah, no, very fun. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for everybody involved. We'll give these boys the chance to fight out there. Again, sorry about the break. Was not intentional. Was just I could not get the time to sort things out and to get some recording done, unfortunately. So luckily, the Divide and Conquer videos, I record them really quite far in advance, and they're all stocked up and scheduled, so it's alright. So that's why they've continued to come out. But my Reforged videos, I generally record them and much closer to the time that they actually are coming out. So it's a bit more difficult when I do have something pop up that keeps me busy for a bit. But yeah, super duper. Let's see what we've got going on here for Nawaki. Rangers there, yes, super. Very, very nice pick to sort of grab two of them. for sure. If you know that your buddy's taking the Blacklocks, maybe only one, but I would still suggest taking two. I don't think you go far wrong as a defender to have two body-piercing Rangers. Palace Guard, kind of surprising, but there was still a lot more killing to be done, and keep in mind they did receive a lot of Dragon's Wrath crossbow fire, and also they were fighting a lot of elite units. And then the Sindar actually racking up 417 kills. That's super duper. I don't think we need to be upset about that. How did the Ents do? 102. Yeah, very nice. And I think they were used quite interestingly to rip in peace the final Ent. Would have been nice to maybe pull him out, get him inside, but it is what it is. Farkin there, I think, yeah, he was all over the field, really helping out there, very sacrificial, very good, and yeah, absolutely no complaints. Diego absolutely, took the brunt of the damage there in that early stage. Didn't actually have that many more numbers. I would have expected him to be quite a numerous force, but I guess he did. He definitely had more elves than you probably would normally have for a Dorwinion army. But and that just played into the theme of what I think they were going for there. The humans really being the additional, whereas the elves were the primary focus, where it's oftentimes the other way around. And as for the attackers as a whole, yeah, very, very nice. Unfortunate about Dog Eater's lastage there from the Temple Guard receiving that early on. But yeah, pretty good. Just one good push for the end. I just don't think that there was a coordinated shield wall push, and it could have been nice to have gotten that and busted it open, because there were opportunities for it, and that could have given us a chance to use up our ammunition. By the way, super duper, thank you, and I'll see you guys later.